Welcome to Netsmartz, online safety for tweens and teens. Please pay close attention to the information shared in this video. At the end, you will see a certificate of completion, at which point you may take a screenshot or show your nearest librarian. Today, we'll be talking about how posting something inappropriate online can have serious consequences, what kind of personal information is not okay to post, and how to protect your privacy. What to do if you get unwanted requests from an older teen or adult. Why we all need to work together to stop cyberbullying. No matter what you like to do online, there's one rule that applies to any situation. Avoid the risks. Some examples of taking risks are sending mean messages, posting inappropriate pictures, talking to people you don't know, visiting adult or inappropriate sites. All of these are risky because you might be putting yourself in danger. There's also the chance that you might get in trouble for doing them. Protect yourself by making responsible choices. This will help you avoid risks. Seeing things you don't want to see is one of those risks. You can find tons of things online, but some of those things you aren't ready to see. These things are considered inappropriate content. Inappropriate content includes things like adult activities, violence, hate speech, risky or illegal things like dangerous stunts or drinking games. It may seem cool to look up this type of content, but there's a reason it's not appropriate for people your age. It could make you feel bad, confused, uncomfortable, or even scared, so you shouldn't look it up or open these kinds of links from friends. If you do come across inappropriate content online, you can turn off the screen, use the back button, tell a trusted adult if you feel upset or want to talk about it, or report it to the website or app where you found it, or report it to the cyber tip line. Now that you're older, you're not only seeing things online, you're posting things too. So be sure you aren't posting anything inappropriate. Inappropriate information that you shouldn't share online includes embarrassing things about you or other people, revealing pictures, pranks, illegal behaviors, including drugs, alcohol, etc., or hate speech. Posting these things online can lead to many negative consequences. Not only could you get in trouble, but these acts could affect your friendships and your future, even as an adult. Remember to think before you post. Once you post something online, you can't take it back. One good trick is to ask yourself, do I want my parents, grandparents, or teachers seeing this? If not, you shouldn't post it. You should also try to protect your privacy online. Avoid posting too much online. That includes information and pictures. Revealing too much about yourself online is risky because it can spread very quickly and it can reach people you may not want it to. For all of these online accounts, you want to be sure you're not sharing too much. Here's some tips to avoid revealing too much online. Don't share personal information. Remember, that includes your address, phone numbers, passwords, and schedule. Use privacy settings and check them often. That means setting your page to private and limiting who can see your posts and pictures. Choose appropriate screen names. You don't want to give the wrong impression, so pick something that's not embarrassing or offensive. Only accept friends you know in real life. That goes for friends of friends too. If you don't know them, don't add them. Don't make jokes that are threats. They can be taken out of context and you can get in serious trouble. It's important to understand that some people don't have the best intentions and may ask you to do things you don't want to do. This is called an inappropriate request. Here are some examples of inappropriate requests. You're in a video chat with friends and one of them jokingly asks you to pull up your shirt. Someone emails you a link to an adult website they want you to see. No matter who makes the request, an older teen, an adult, a stranger, or a friend. You don't have to do it. You have the right to say no. If anyone is sending you unwanted requests, you should block or unfriend them, report any inappropriate behavior to the website or app you're using, or tell a trusted adult. Sometimes inappropriate requests develop into more dangerous relationships. You may talk to older teens and adults you don't know online when you're doing something like playing a game, but they should never talk about dating you, ask for revealing pictures of you, or ask to meet you offline. If one or more of these things happen, you tell a trusted adult and report what happened to the app or website. You can also report to the Cyber Tip Line at www.cybertipline.org. Some people may try to meet you offline by flattering you and pretending they care. This is called grooming. Don't trust anyone who tries to send gifts through the mail, like bus tickets, cell phones, or webcams. Turn you against your family and friends. Make you feel guilty or ashamed. Talk about adult things. Share or ask for revealing pictures. If these things have happened to you, it's not your fault. Talk to a trusted adult about what happened. If someone you meet online is asking you to do things that make you uncomfortable or is trying to get you to meet in person, there are many things you can do. You should block them, not accept them as a friend, not agree to meet them offline, or tell a trusted adult. Even though it's hard, it's important to talk to an adult you trust, like a parent, another relative, a teacher, or a counselor at school. Adults should not be talking to kids online and making them uncomfortable, but you can stop them by telling someone. Together with an adult you trust, visit cybertipline.org to report anyone who sends you adult pictures or videos, asks you to send pictures of yourself, talks to you about adult things, or asks you to meet in person. Reporting means you're standing up for yourself and making sure these people don't bother anyone else. Let's talk about cyberbullying. Some examples of cyberbullying are sending mean text messages, spreading rumors online, creating fake profiles to make fun of someone, recording and posting fight videos, photoshopping pictures to make someone look bad. Sometimes people cyberbully others because they think it's funny. They don't like someone and want to hurt their feelings, or they think someone is different and call them mean words. The good news is that most kids aren't involved in cyberbullying, but it's still a serious problem that everyone here needs to think about. If you are being cyberbullied, here are some steps you can take. Don't respond to the messages. Block the bully. Most websites and cell phone companies have options for blocking other users. Set up new accounts. Only give the new account information to people you trust. Make a report to the website where the bullying took place. Most websites have ways to report cyberbullies and will remove offensive posts. Tell an adult you trust. Adults don't always have all the answers, but they really want to help. Remember, if someone is hurt, it's never wrong to tell an adult. Adults can help by listening to you. Sometimes they just talk. If you are being cyberbullied, here are some steps you can take. Don't respond to the messages. Block the bully. Most websites and cell phone companies have options for blocking other users. Set up new accounts. Only give the new account information to people you trust. Make a report to the website where the bullying took place. Most websites have ways to report cyberbullies and will remove offensive posts. Tell an adult you trust. Adults don't always have all the answers, but they really want to help. Remember, if someone is being hurt, it's never wrong to tell an adult. Adults can help by listening to you. Sometimes just talking about it can help. Saving evidence. They can help you figure out if you need to save the messages and who to report them to. Talking to the school. If you're being bullied by a classmate, Your teachers should know so they can help protect you during the school day. Setting up new accounts for you. You'll especially need their help if you need to change your cell phone number. Sometimes people don't really understand just how much cyberbullying can hurt. Someone who is cyberbullied might feel sad and alone, try to avoid school so they don't have to face their bullies, think the bullying will get worse if they tell someone, believe that no one can help. If you see cyberbullying happening, you do have the power to stop it. Here are some ways you can help. Show support for the person being bullied. This might mean making an extra effort to be nice to them, sending them a friendly message, or even just sitting with them at lunch. Refuse to join in the cyberbullying. Don't just ignore it. Make it clear you won't participate because it's wrong. Tell the cyberbully to stop, but only if you feel safe doing so. Bullies continue being mean when nobody acts to stop them, so make sure they know you don't support what they're doing. Report the cyberbullying to an adult. This could be your parent, a family member you trust, or a teacher at school. You don't have to be best friends with everyone. You might have different interests or personalities, but that doesn't mean you have to be mean to them. Here are some ways you can avoid becoming a cyberbully yourself. Keep critical comments to yourself. It's not okay to intentionally hurt someone. Don't start or forward rumors. Even if you think you're being funny, rumors can get out of control and can be very hurtful. Don't post anything meant to embarrass someone else. It's not just your friends who can see something mean you've posted online. Mean comments like that can travel fast and cause a lot of harm. Remember that if you cyberbully someone, there are consequences. Your account can be deleted by a website if you break their rules. You can get in trouble at school if you are cyberbullying a classmate. Some kids have been suspended or kicked off of school sports teams for cyberbullying. You might have to talk to the police if someone reports the cyberbullying to them. Some kids have even been charged with crimes for harassing others online. Cyberbullying is not a problem that we can just ignore. It's a serious issue and everyone needs to work together to make it stop. Take steps to protect yourself if it happens to you. Speak up if you see it happening to someone else. Above all, be kind to one another. Today, we talked about many different ways you can be safer online. Here are some of the most important tips to remember. Be careful who you talk to online. Adults who don't know should not be contacting you. Think before you post personal information or something that could be inappropriate. You might regret it later. Don't be a cyberbully. Even if you don't like someone, it's never okay to be mean. Tell an adult when you need help. Even if you just need someone to talk to, adults can help. Parents and teachers still worry because they hear a lot of stories on the news about what can go wrong. Show them you know what you're doing. They'll feel confident that you're being responsible online, and you will feel confident turning to them when you need help.